Here's a fact that should change how you shop forever. Your cat is what's called an obligate carnivore. In the wild, a cat's natural diet is about 52% protein, 46% fat, and just 2% carbohydrate. 2%. Their bodies are built to run on meat, and almost nothing else. But cat foods on British supermarket shelves are the near opposite of that. Packed with carbohydrates, with as little as 4% of the named meat on the front of the pack. 3 little words hide it: meat and animal derivatives. That phrase is legal. It's also how a pouch that shows a beautiful chicken breast on the front can contain just 4% actual chicken. I'm counting down 10 cat food brands you should think hard about before buying again. And because I'm not going to leave you standing in the aisle with nothing, I'll finish with 3 brands that actually deserve your cat's bowl. Number 10. Iams. Iams has been around over 70 years and still trades on a science and vet's reputation. But look at a bag of its dry cat food and count the corn. In some recipes, 3 of the first 5 ingredients are corn, ground whole grain corn, corn gluten meal, and corn grits. For an animal that needs almost no carbohydrate, that's a bowl built around the cheapest filler in the factory, not around meat. Number 9. Go-Cat. Go-Cat is a supermarket staple, and its dry food leads with grain, not meat. It is a classic case of a familiar cheap bag whose main event is grain, with meat and animal derivatives making up a modest slice. High carbohydrate, low named meat, the exact inversion of what a cat's body actually wants. Number 8. Supermarket own brand cat pouches. Walk down any supermarket pet aisle and you'll find rows of own brand pouches, Aldi's Vitacat, Asda's Tiger, and the rest. Many are built the same way: meat and animal derivatives, derivatives of vegetable origin, and various sugars. Yes, added sugar in food for an animal that has no dietary need for it and cannot even taste sweetness. It is there to make the jelly and gravy look and set the way you expect. Number 7. Gourmet. Gourmet's whole pitch is a little luxury for your cat. Elegant packaging, tempting names. Turn it over and it's the same template as the budget brands. Meat and animal derivatives at around 34%, of which just 4% is the named meat on the front, plus derivatives of vegetable origin and various sugars. You're paying a premium feel for a bargain basement recipe. Number 6. Sheba. Sheba sits at the affordable premium end and leans hard on rich, meaty imagery. But the label leans on the same vague meat and animal derivatives language, without telling you which animal or which cut. For a food sold on the promise of quality, that lack of transparency is the tell. When a brand won't name the meat, it's usually because naming it wouldn't help the marketing. Number 5. Felix. Felix, as good as it looks. Here's what it actually looks like on the back. Meat and animal derivatives lead the list, which is marginally better than the brands that lead with cereal. But the term is still a black box. It could be premium muscle meat or low-grade byproduct, and you have no way to know. Add the artificial colors, they're purely to make the chunks look meaty to you, and you've got marketing doing the heavy lifting, the ingredients. Don't. Number 4. Friskies. Friskies dominates budget cat aisles, but the recipe barely scrapes by on nutrition. Analyses put it around 30% protein and 40% carbohydrate on a dry matter basis, backwards for a carnivore, and the meat it does contain leans on byproducts, a lower grade protein source. When you adjust for that protein quality, it can fall short of what an adult cat needs to maintain muscle, which hits senior cats hardest. Number 3. Purina Cat Chow Purina Dry. Some of Purina's cheaper dry cat foods lead with corn and soy, plant fillers with chicken byproduct meal rather than named chicken. For an obligate carnivore, a formula built on ground corn and soybean meal is the definition of cheap calories standing in for real animal protein. The name is trusted and everywhere, and that familiarity does a lot of work. The ingredient list doesn't back up. Number 2. The premium bag that loses to the budget one. This is the one that gets me. You'd assume the pricey vet shelf brand beats the cheap supermarket bag every time. It doesn't always. On the UK's independent rating sites, several budget high street cat foods land ordinary to poor, but so do some premium and vetline brands, because they too lean on cereals, derivatives, and vague meat and animal derivatives labeling. Hill's Science Plan Wet, for instance, lists meat and animal derivatives, derivatives of vegetable origin, cereals, various sugars. The same vague, sugar-added, cereal-inclusive pattern you'll find on a budget pouch, at several times the price. You are not always paying for better food. Sometimes you're paying for a more clinical-looking label. And number 1, the worst offender. Whiskas. This is the brand I would take out of your cupboard tonight, and it is number 1 because almost everyone has fed it. Whiskas dry with chicken leads with cereals, not meat. Cereals for an obligate carnivore, and the real chicken the marketing shouts about. On some Whiskas recipes, chicken is the 13th ingredient on the list. 13th. In the jelly pouches, it is meat and animal derivatives at around 34%, of which 4% is the named meat. It is the biggest name in British cat food, sold on decades of cats know best advertising, and behind it is a bowl an obligate carnivore's body was never built to eat. That is why it tops the list. But here's the good news. I promised you 3 brands that actually deserve your cat's bowl, and these are them. First, what to look for on any pack. A named meat, for example chicken, salmon, or tuna, as the first ingredient. A real meat percentage, printed. High moisture, because cats evolved to get water from prey and are famously bad at drinking. Little to no cereal or various sugars. And ideally added taurine, the amino acid a cat's heart literally cannot live without. Safe pick 3. Applause. High meat content, minimal additives, and it names its proteins instead of hiding behind derivatives, and it is often stocked right there in the supermarket. One honest, important catch, and it's on the label, not the marketing. Most Applause pouches are labeled complimentary, not complete. That means they're brilliant as a high-meat topper or part of the diet, but they shouldn't be your cat's only food unless the pack specifically says complete. Feed it alongside a complete food and it's excellent value. Safe pick 2. Lily's Kitchen. Grain-free across the range. Meat as the primary ingredient. No meat meal, no artificial flavors, no added sugar, and it's honest on the label, so you won't find vague animal derivatives. Widely available in Waitrose, pets at home and online, at roughly the accessible end of premium. The trade-off is simply price. It costs more than a supermarket pouch, and that's the deal for the transparency. And safe pick 1. Untamed. Gently cooked, human-grade meat in tins and pouches, grain-free, with named proteins and high moisture, close to that ancestral prey profile a cat's body is actually designed for, in a format that stores in the cupboard. It's a subscription-style brand, so it's pricier and less grab it in the shop than the others. And one honest note, a couple of recipes include a little tapioca as a binder. But on meat quality and transparency, it's about as close to feeding fresh as a convenient food gets. And the real lesson? Premium isn't automatically good. Cheap isn't automatically bad. A cartoon cat and the word gourmet mean nothing. The label is everything. Read the first ingredient. Look for a named meat. Check there's a meat percentage printed, and that cereals and sugars aren't running the show. Your cat is a carnivore. Feed the carnivore. So there you have it. 10 cat food brands I'd think twice about, and 3 that genuinely earn their place in the bowl. If you made it this far, you now know more about what's in that pouch than almost anyone else in the pet aisle. Every time you pick a named meat food over a cereal and derivatives one, you're telling these companies you read the label and that you're done paying for marketing dressed up as nutrition. Subscribe if you're new. We're going through every product your pet relies on, one at a time. Until next time, read the label, trust the ingredients, and protect your cat.